Hi, I'm Lisa Kessler. Thank you for joining us today. Here on behalf of Cheers for Charity New Hampshire, and we have another fantastic nonprofit to talk to today. And I'd like to say hello first to Joanne.
Hi, I'm Joanne with Lighthouse Physical Therapy, and I'm very happy to introduce Heidi Chase from Friends in Action today, and we're looking forward to hearing all about your organization. So introduce yourself, Heidi, and tell us a little bit about what Friends in Action does.
Great, thanks so much for having me on. I really appreciate what you're doing. I am Heidi Chase. I am the Executive Director of Friends in Action. Started 20 years ago to combat the social isolation that many people with developmental disabilities experience. So we're actually all about fun and friendships and community outings and getting together with friends. We started out of the Portsmouth School Department 20 years ago and expanded into our own nonprofit, I think about 8 years ago. We do a variety of programs. We do basketball once a week. We have Friday night socials. We go bowling, dinner clubs. We have a really fun program on the university campus. We're not part of UNH, but we've infiltrated very well, where we offer a program called Wildcat Friends that gives people with disabilities a college experience. We also collaborate with Echo Thrift Shop in Durham, have a great collaboration there where our participants volunteer every Monday and Tuesday. So we offer a wide variety of programs when we're not in a pandemic.
And how has the pandemic affected all your programs, and what are you doing to combat that right now?
Yeah, so like so many people, we just had to, overnight, we had to stop our programs. We were kind of like, what do we do? And do we still run our Friday night program? And then it was clear, everything just ended. And so we kind of spent the first week of that wondering what was going to happen like everybody else. And then realized pretty quickly that this was going to be more of a long-term thing, not just a month or so. And so we immediately got our acts together to start Zoom gatherings or Zoom meetings with our participants. And our staff have just been fantastic. We asked staff what they could do, what they thought they could do for like a weekly fun thing on Zoom. And they came up with Mad Libs on Mondays and Disney trivia and Disney singing songs and tech times and question times and dancing and book reading and theater and classes. So we've been offering like 16 Zooms a week for our participants for quite a while now. I don't know how long we've been into this, but for a couple of months, and it's worked very, very well. So that's nice. Certainly much different than meeting in person, but at least everybody gets together and can check in with each other and say how much they miss each other and that type of thing. So it's working pretty well.
Oh, that's great. Now, are the people that are running the program, are they all on staff there, or are they volunteers? How does that work?
Yeah, so Friends in Action is pretty small. We have 2 full-time staff, but we also have 16 to 20 part-time staff. And it's our part-time staff that's mostly doing all these Zoom gatherings that we're doing. They're staff that staff all of our programs, and so they know our participants really well. And so they're the ones that came up with the Zooms that they could do, and they're the ones on them. And so it's great because our participants get to see the staff that they love. Most of our staff is young, people 25 to 35, and they're really, really fun people, and they're doing a great job facilitating all these Zooms.
So Heidi, a quick question. What's sort of the area that Friends in Action covers? Like how far do your participants come from? Which communities?
Yeah, so we have about 150 families who participate, coming from about 50 different towns. So pretty much people are driving within an hour radius of Durham, Portsmouth, which is where our programs are. So people are coming as far as Milton and Stratford, as far, Raymond, Newton. We have a few people from Maine, a few people from Massachusetts. So, I mean, the most people are kind of more Rochester down to Kingston. That's our largest group just because it's closer, but we have people coming from farther away and more rural places. So
and what are the age groups of the participants?
So so for years, when we first started, we started out of the Portsmouth School Department, and so we were more high school age, up to 21. And then we started a Friday night social that it opened it up to outside people, and we went up to age 25. And then we expanded to age 30 and then 35. Anyway, we are basically age 15 to 100 now. So all ages, starting at a freshman in high school.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. When we first started interviewing families 20 years ago, and I was a part of that process, families at the elementary school level were really saying, our kids are okay. You know, they can still do after school daycare, and they do sports and get invited to parties, you know, birthday parties and all that. And we find that kids with developmental disabilities, once they hit middle school, it gets a lot harder. But once they hit high school, it gets really hard as far as social aspects go. And so we've really focused on high school and up.
And what qualifies somebody to participate in one of your programs? And in addition to that, is there a particular cost for them, or is it all available for free?
Yeah, so basically our program is for people with developmental disabilities. We do have some people on the autism spectrum, but they tend to have a developmental disability. Well, it's however you talk about it all. But anyway, for the most part, it doesn't work for people on the autism spectrum. It's really for folks with, you know, like people with Down syndrome. So that's our biggest group, is people with developmental disabilities. Most of our programs are free. And so like if you go to our Friday night social, it's free. If you go to bowling, it's free, except you have to pay for the bowling fee. We do have a fee for our UNH program because it's such a big, expansive program, and it costs us a fair amount of money to run. But most of our smaller programs are free. And so we have a process to sign up. You have to talk to our program director and fill out some forms and that type of stuff, but it's pretty easy to sign up. And we have a great website. We just got a new one. And that is friendsinactionnh.org. And that tells you how you can sign up with us. That gives you all the information.
And if people want to volunteer, Heidi, you know, how is it, does the website also give you information there?
The best way to volunteer is to just get in contact with us from the website, and then we can talk to you about what your interests are and the best way to volunteer. One of the things, well, not today with COVID, but a huge shout out is having people actually, it's not really volunteering, but there's so many people out there. Echo Thrift Shop in Durham at the Community Church of Durham always needs shoppers, but it also always needs good clothes. So that's just one way to easily help out. If you're cleaning out your closet and you want to throw in a bag of the good clothes for us, you can just drop it off at the church. So, or
thank gosh for that. I think I've dropped off about 24 bags between my, you know, my kids growing out of stuff, you know, that's
yeah.
They're older, right? And us, and yeah, there's good stuff there. It's a great place.
Yeah, yeah. We really miss it being open. There's no doubt about that. That's a big loss for us. We have about 35 people who volunteer at Echo between Mondays and Tuesdays in like different 2-hour time slots. So that's losing Echo is a huge loss for us in a lot of ways, income wise, and just having our participants really enjoy volunteering there.
Mm.
Yeah, and actually income is a good thing to discuss. How are you mostly funded?
So we are mostly funded by the good people of New Hampshire. We usually have a huge gala in April that brings in a lot of money. This was going to be our 20th year, so we're going to have a super gala, but that got canceled in April. But we did just have a really successful New Hampshire Give, so that was a huge help. We also do an annual giving campaign in the fall. So most of our donations really are from individual people and from corporate sponsorship around our gala. That's where we get most of our money from. So, you know, it's always a little bit of a struggle anyway. And then during this time, it's even more of a struggle. But people really came through New Hampshire Give, and I'm thrilled about that. So that was a huge help.
I saw you guys did well with that program. Congratulations. That was great.
Yeah, yeah. I was so happy and relieved.
Yeah, that's awesome. That was a
we just switched our what's that?
I said that was a very cool day, New Hampshire Gives Day.
Yeah, it was great to have that match. I think that got lots of nonprofits very excited. And then somebody like me, I just let everybody know this was our fundraiser for the year. And so please give like you normally give to the fundraiser, and people did. So that was great.
Awesome. Fantastic. Joanne, any other questions?
No, I think this is an amazing program. I was not aware of it before, so I'm so happy you were able to come on and share everything about it. I think it's fantastic. And I did go on your website and notice that it's pretty easy to donate also. It's right there as soon as you get on the screen. So if anybody is interested in giving to this great organization, check out their website. And this was great. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. We're lucky. It was very good timing, especially with New Hampshire Gives. Darcy Creative in Portsmouth. I'll do a shout out to them. Just made a beautiful new website for us. So we're feeling very fortunate that we are up to date on the website stuff. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, you guys do really great, important work. It really improves the quality of lives of a lot of people and a lot of families, and really make a difference in our community. So we're so grateful for all the work that you do.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm very grateful for the community who supports us and for our families. I mean, one of the things we talk about is that we have the FIA family, the Friends in Action family, and we really do. And during this time, we can really feel the support of both our families that participate in our programs and all the people who have supported us over the years. People have really been very generous. And it's really fun when we get on the Zooms and listen to our participants talking to each other and saying how much they miss each other and they can't wait to see each other. It's all just very, very heartwarming. And they're very, very kind to each other. Everybody's just very kind. And so even without in-person meetings, I think everybody is feeling the love and the FIA community and family that we've created over the years.
That's awesome. It must be such a great way to build their connections and their friendships, right? Finding lots of common interests, especially with those diverse groups of programming. You know, that's just fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
Awesome. Well, we do thank you very much for spending some time with us, giving us some highlights of the program. We hope that people will take the time to visit your website and learn more and support you. And we look forward to hearing about all the great work that you do as we go forward.
Great. Well, thanks very much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you, Heidi.
Thank you.